Okay, so I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant right now. Hold on, let me just switch this. There we go, that's better. Sorry. I'm going to go on a rant about my job. I know I got my nails done today. They're so pretty. Ooh. Anyway, so today at work, I was in second booth, and what you do at second booth is, I work at McDonald's one, so, you know, it'll give you a little bit of understanding what I'm doing, and what I'm talking about, but when you're in second booth, you have to make the drinks and hand out the food, and so that's what I was doing today. And it was one of our busy times, so there was like 4 or 5 orders on the screen, and my manager, John, I'm not going to tell you his name because I don't want you to go find him and beat him up because I'll probably already do that anyway, but he got the first order and the third order, and he didn't tell me that the second order was going to be a few more minutes because they were just making the meat for the sandwich, but all he said to me was, be careful handing out the apple pies. So naturally I thought, oh well, that means like the bag must have a rip in it or something, so I'll just be careful handing it out. So I handed out the first order and the drinks, and I said, you know, have a good day, and then I handed out the bag, and you know, I usually don't check because I trust that the managers know that they have everything in the bag and they know what they're doing, so I didn't check. But I guess I should have, because I handed out the apple pies to the wrong person, and we didn't have any more left, so it wouldn't have been such a big deal if we had the apple pies to fill the next order, but we didn't. So I asked him, I was like, where's the apple pies? He's like, they were right there on the thing, and I was just like, okay, well, they're not there anymore. I was just like, I must have handed them out to the wrong person, I'm sorry. He screams at me in front of everybody. Everybody on front counter heard me. He walked over to the second window and said, she handed out your apple pies to the wrong person, and we're going to have to give you a refund. And I was pissed, because I do not like people yelling at me in front of people. He could have like taken me aside or something after, but when he yelled at me in front of everybody, I was like, that's it, you know, you're done. So he gives me the refund and everything, and I'm standing over at the bin for the food, waiting for the next order, and I'm sitting there trying so hard not to cry. And so after he gets back over there, I pass him and do not look at him at all. I am pissed at him right now. And so he gives me the food for the next orders and everything, and we clear out drive-thru. And after that, I tell one of my coworkers, I'm just like, I'm gonna go for a walk because I need to like let some steam off before I really scream at him and get fired. I really wouldn't mind that if I had another job, but I don't have another job, so we're kind of screwed at that point. But so I went to the bathroom and I just broke down crying. I mean, what would you do if your manager yelled at you for making a simple mistake in front of everybody at the store? Oh, I was pissed. That is the first time that they've ever made me cry in the 4 years that I've been there. And I can guarantee you it will not happen again, because next time it does, I'm just going to walk out. I was like so close to walking out today, but I really need a job right now. I don't have any other one, and I have a lot of bills, so I spent like 10-15 minutes in the bathroom just sitting there crying and then trying to wipe my eyes and everything, trying to get the red bloodshot out of them. And I was like sniffling, and it made my cold even worse, so I was like sniffling for the rest of the day. But you know, before that though, what really made me even more pissed off was he walked over to the other manager. He's just like, oh my god, she just handed out the wrong bag and I told her not to, and we don't have more apple pie, so I had to do a refund and everything. And I was just like, does he seriously have to go tell everybody that I made a simple mistake? So I just had to go for a walk. I had to get out of there. And when I came back, you know, I did not talk to him for the rest of the day. He knew that I was pissed at him, and I didn't care. I really still don't either. Thank God that today was his last day, because I cannot put up with his attitude and his mouth anymore. I worked with him for 2 or 3 years, and like within his first couple months working there, they promoted him to a manager because they needed a manager, which they should have done to me because I'd been there for 2 years before him, but I guess they were desperate. But he's been trying to get out of there for 2 years, he says, which, no, he hasn't. He's just lying. But, let's see. Oh, sorry, I'm, like, dropping stuff. But the other manager who he talked to like a little while after it happened, he came over to me. He's just like, you know, I know John can be an ass sometimes, which he can be, but, you know, I was like looking off to the side and everything, and I was trying not to start crying again. He looked at me, he's like, John pissed you off. And I was just like, yes, he did. He really went over the line, and if he stayed there, I was probably going to have to transfer or just quit there altogether. But, yeah, so he's just like, just don't worry about it. Just move on. It's not really that important. And so I was totally pissed off today. That's why I hate working there. They treat the employees like shit if you get one order wrong. So I just don't like working there anymore. It was fun at first, but now 4 years later, I'm not liking it so much anymore. So, yeah, just do not ever work at McDonald's. I mean, even if you absolutely have to, do not do it. It is such a shit place to work at. I'm sorry about my language. I'm just really angry right now. But, it is not a good place to work. You know, all these commercials about these happy employees, no. They're just doing an act. They're just actors. It is not a good place to work. Unless you are perfect, which nobody is, do not ever work there. It's funny because our store supervisor, she supervises like all the stores in the Vermont area and the New Hampshire area. She said one day, she's like, I know I'm not perfect, but I'm close to it, as I'm closer than anybody else working here. And if all of you can make as little mistakes as I do, then the world would be a better place. Because she thinks she's this perfect, weird, I don't know. But every time I see her, I try not to laugh because she is nowhere near perfect. She is like less perfect than anybody. She thinks that we're all these incompetent, like, little losers, that we can't do anything on our own, but we can. She just, like, McDonald's is her life, so she lives and breathes McDonald's, so on her days off, she'll, like, call our store and just like, how you doing? Do you want me to come over and visit? No, we're just like, no. But, yeah, just don't work at McDonald's, because people will really piss you off there, and it's just not a fun place to work at all. So, alright, bye, guys!